I have to pay for that idiot? I'll buy him later. Do you think you need crown to do this? Co used to swear a lot back in the day. But then at some point, someone said something to him and he went, I don't know if he came straight out. I can't remember. I know there was a lot of deal about it because I think he was sort of asking his chat to calm down with it as well. But he just realized being sort of family friendly meant you get families watching. Which is smart. Smart man. I saw a part of his thoughts video on it. He said he felt unfulfilled. But I wonder if that's because he only did the 80-hour playthrough. Maybe he needs to work on the 500-hour playthrough and then feel unfulfilled and like he wasted 420 hours of his life. Well, that's the thing with artificial open world. Like, language is fluid, right? So meanings change over time, especially in video games where we don't really have and a dictionary is not a rule set. Dictionary is sort of there to let everyone know what the current language is meaning. It's why we get words. Yeah, words change and their meaning in the dictionary gets updated. So open world, at one point sort of said that means there's not going to be loading screens. You can have this big open world, which is kind of an okay description. It's not the greatest. Then it's sort of more modern day now is the idea that you can go anywhere at any time, and do stuff. So yeah, when you get a mission that's like you've got a mission timer, the thing is though, the counter to that is that whole idea of you go up to a burning village and there's a dude out the front saying, please help us. And you're like, yep, cool. You accept the quest and then you go do something for like 3 days somewhere else and you come back and he's like, oh, I'm so glad you're here to help us. Like, well, and you're like, yeah, I'm glad this game's open world. I was able to go bugger off for 3 days and your village hasn't burnt down yet. So having a mission timer when you go to leave the mission area, if it artificially ends it, that sucks. If it's a 30-minute timer and you've got 30 minutes to complete the mission, you should be allowed to pretty much go anywhere and then come back within the 30 minutes and do it, right? I'd totally get it if it failed because you went to another zone and came back late. Yeah, I hated the idea that I was so glad when open world started to transition away from no loading screens into something else because the idea of having no loading screens is just stupid. Like, sure, there's some technologies that can do the loading in the background and some other things, but why not have small areas that don't, means you can have better areas, it means you can have, because a lot of games are just stretching out their zones or, putting huge non-loading tunnels in there. That's the Tomb Raider thing, right? The loading tunnel. And the reason they do this long background is because they can load a tunnel really quickly as you approach it. In the background. And then when you're in that tunnel, they can unload the level you came from and start loading the next one. But you still have to take a minute to sort of struggle through this tunnel, right? And sometimes it's fitting, but it's usually a laugh in some of the games. Like, oh, look, we're in the loading tunnel. The mission was go there, check things out without limits. You walk on a road, see some ruins to the side, you try checking the ruins, it gives you a warning and a 10-second timer. Yeah, that's... it's a bit of rubbish, right? Did Half-Life do it back in the days of the elevator? Yeah, things like that. Yeah, lift an elevator that takes a minute to transition 2 floors. Yeah. Yeah. The idea of seamless open world, like it just doesn't matter, right? There's a lot of things that just don't matter. Okay. Mortaccio in Green Acres. Trying to get to level 100, which means we're going to want, I think we're going to want crown. You don't have to. We've 100 before. Oh, libraries normally were 100. I think that's why Green Acres kind of helps because it's almost library. 100ing in forest usually a win though. Mortaccio, you big beautiful boy, get some garlic, please. Thank you. Easy game. Oh yeah, let's grab that. Bone Garlic Bible. Name a more iconic trio. This is going to be hard. Why is this going to be hard? Mortaccio with an attract orb. Honestly, at this stage, I think the no move challenge. One thing I noticed about doing no move in library, and then I did some tests afterwards, was that minimal movement often gets you the same amount of experience as running around like a mad lad trying to kill all the waves that approach you. Because as you run towards a wave, you're running away from another wave. When standing still, both waves come towards you. The RNG of getting crown without ruining build. I don't know if you need to get crown, because you can quite easily get, relatively easily get to 100 plus without crown. But also the number of runs I've done where we've gone, we want these specific 12 items, and then just gone and gotten them. Garlic bone. That's a lot of water. I wonder if I shouldn't have taken a tract orb. Oh, is a tract orb going to, that's gonna level my water, which I don't want. We should have waited for duplicator instead of taking tract orb. I just like the idea of taking a trapped orb so I didn't have to run around and get as much stuff. I'm lazy. Yeah, and as for the other things, you don't need to have a perfect build. You just, you know, get some stuff. I think a tract orb involves water. So I don't have to get water, but I wanted it. Pretty sure a tract orb evolved water last time. What you get for being lazy. I should have taken it, but it's okay. I was thinking that, you know, because we need to level a lot, helps you level. Grab stuff. Now, maybe I could skip dupe. Because I like having... I'm not going to have... Well, I've got candle. I like having bracer, spinach, and the Bible upgrade. Bible upgrade's definite. Bracer's... bracer maybe can skip. Good for bone. Evolved Water had the highest DPS. I don't give a crap about DPS. You look at, you know, if you look at that, you'd say garlic is bad, and you're just straight up wrong. I used to have a raid leader that we used to, and she was a really good leader, except for the fact she'd always rag on the mages. And I felt bad for them, because one of them would always die in the fire. And she'd be like, why can't you guys be like this mage? He's got the highest DPS. And they'd be like, he's dead. He collectively did the least damage out of everyone in the raid. She's like, well, do what he does, but don't, like, to get his DPS, but don't die. And you could just tell he'd be sitting there sniggering because you couldn't do that. Right, the reason he had the highest damage is because he'd stand in the fire because he was casting his AoE on enemies he shouldn't have been casting on, because he wanted to look good on the meters. Don't be that guy. This is years ago, so I think he was... I think it was fire. I can't remember back that far. I wasn't maging at the time. I was druid. Yeah, but the joke was, the standard joke was that he was intentionally getting himself killed after he'd done his burst AoE, because he knew his damage was just going to go down for the rest of the fight. And the raid lead would always be picking on the other mages. You got to be more like this guy, and we'd be fine. And they'd be like, he's dead. Like, I'll go without bracer then. DPS per minute is greater than 10,000 DPS for 10 seconds. Yeah, and even if you change the numbers so it's not, being alive and doing massive damage at a point of a fight where a lot of people could be AFK and you'd still get through, right? But that's when you're boosting your numbers. But being dead for a section of the fight where you need as many people alive because it's like either a soft enrage or a part where you, for whatever reason. So sometimes timing has more value than, you know, pure numbers that are from start to finish. Also, numbers that include overkill in your damage, you know, can be irrelevant. It's unfortunately why a lot of, in sports ball, there's a lot of times there'll be a player on a team that does things that are more beneficial to the team, but doesn't register in stats. They usually don't win things like MVP and get higher contracts and stuff because it doesn't go into the stats. Yeah. But it doesn't make them crap. It can make them integral to the team's performance. Yeah, that sucks, Arthur. Happens though. I had a friend who, he had been a fan of the food buffs in WoW for, well, probably since they were food buffs in WoW. And he actually got a, he's got raid invites because he was in, we've been in Wrath when they had the party food, like the feasts. Yeah. Let's take that. More Bible garlic can wait for the rest of the run. Need more crownage. What am I looking for? I've got candle. I've got Bible one. Oh, spinach. I think crit's probably worth it. Ah. Nice. If I take axe instead of water then? Probably not. Water, laurel, something. Fireball's ready to go. Spinach. Water laurel spinach. Oh, look at that. Oh, I was too close. What? I'll get the other duplicated charge at some point, but I think locking in the ones I want to get's probably better when I get an opportunity now. Oh, there it is. I hadn't seen it. Funny about that. I hadn't seen a crown option for a long time. Nice. Yeah, bone's ricocheting off everything at tight. Spinach laurel. Trace is not terrible, but I don't know what defense. Not terrible is harsh. Rim trace is really good, but here it's not terrible. I want defense. I want defense. Oh, roll. Let's try it. Level first. It's probably better to get the levels before the chests. That way I get more individual options to get the laurel and the spinach before maxing out other things. This is a farm minute. Laurel. Laurel. Spinch. On to go. Spinch is a really good pickup here. Come on. More farmage. Right, we need to get to 100 with Mort. Almost halfway there. Laurel. Also almost halfway there time-wise. Laurel. There we go. We got our build. See? Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. I was looking up at the bill going, wait, I'm missing an item, but the spinach is actually, because it's on that sprite, couldn't see it there. I'll chase the sand or water because it gets upgraded. There's nothing else we have that's upgraded. NFT bro! I can't remember what they called the what their NFT stood for. So I think I'm going to go ahead with, absolutely certain, we're going to go ahead with Panz Tower, a game by Rogue-tastic. Just need to solve the janky, completely RNG dependent expansion on the track.
Or use a whole year of lurking.
Oh yes, Orcs, thank you so much for the 1 year. I do need to warn you though that your 3 month sabbatical to look after our 9 month Twitch baby is over, so I'll be seeing you soon so we can start cooking number 2. Appreciate the support, dude. Happy to have you in the background. Sweeter words never heard. Aww. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while, like, what would you do differently so that the expansion wasn't just a pure RNG fiesta? There've been several okay ideas, but they all end up making too easy because you just do the thing. One thought I did have was instead of having enemies divided by entryways, have them divided by the initial fork. So like in a single lane defense, when you get your first split, that's where it divides 50-50. Right? So when you get another split, you're dividing the 50 in half, not changing it up to be all thirds. And if you keep splitting, you're only splitting a thin number. Because always the problem was you try to push a lane out and it gets an early split, especially on triple defense, right? You know, you've got a short lane, and especially at the start where you're on thirds each, and that short lane splits. Now that side is 50% and the other two are 25 each. Because, you know, and then you go, oh wow, we really got to get some more defense on this side. Now you get another split, and you're up to 60% out of those three lanes on that side, but the other two are now 20%. I think that's, you could almost leave all the RNG of the splits in there if that was the change. I don't want to suggest that, because if it happens then I lose my feeling for, oh man, I've just said it out loud. I think that solves it though. I think that's all I need to get started. I'm pretty sure that's all you need to get started. And then what I could do is I could have some placeholder cubes with flat color palettes to be in early access for testing. Because no one would release a game that looks like a crappy version of Minecraft and call it complete, surely. Although, someone on one of the YouTube videos commented, I actually lolled out loud. Because I was trying to work out what should we call our tower defense game. And then the music kicked in, and they thought call it Bloons Eternal. So yeah, that was... Well, they say when the Doom music kicked in, you just name it Bloon Eternal. Yeah, it's kind of... that was worth a laugh. Is our leveling falling off? By the 20-minute mark, we needed to be 66, 60. Okay, no, we're good. Oh, I still feel like you level faster just sort of staying in the same area. I was wondering if you could do how it's got the height in it. If you could have the height generation affect the walking path as well. That's a lot of bones. Hey, look, I'm all about the bonage. You've also noticed they're quite big, both thick and long. Because I'm Australian. You start getting red pills during the last minute? Yeah. It's even better if you've got something that attacks out off screen and gets kills out there. Because those red ones are worth a lot more. Because they collect by scattered ones. The ones that just drop from the bats are just the standard ones, because they are still worth more, but not as much as the the collecting ones. Yeah, so like the quality of life option for leveling once you've maxed out your meta progression would be amazing. Or just an option so you could just choose. Even if you hadn't maxed out your meta progression, that way you could choose if you wanted it to be. You'd run the risk of needing to get some health and having it automatically be picking up gold. But, you know, player beware, right? Plants are so vicious. Alright, next wave. Bring on something else. Oh, mummies. So slow. No, I want floor chicken. Definitely dropping off there. We need to be level 80 by now. But like I said, there is a lot of late minute leveling. And I think here we just stay still and let bones do what they do. Where all those chickens go on a skeleton character? Oh, you don't want to know. Something's best left in the dark end of the internet. I think garlic is not making its money. This run already did. Garlic is not there for minute 25 to 30. It's there for the first 10 minutes. One of them. Maybe another one. Come on, Mort. Time to go. Also, getting the win would be nice. Oh no, I have to. It's one of the things. Where's Mort's Hundy? Take a bow, Mort. Make a bow to the crowd. Well-earned century. going ham. Chonk. Come on, Mort. There you go. That's all of it. Well, if it's 655,000 per level, I don't think we're killing him. We can get all three of them on the same spot. What if they've got a shared health pool? Aww. Rude. I get so many 3-raw chests. Man, I don't think I had any in previous runs tonight, did I? That was the first one. Oh, I'd pick up a clover. That definitely helps, I think. Cool. Oh, wait. It's the first day of playing with the revive as an option, so I keep forgetting that it's a thing. Hey, get away! Frick, man. I wonder if they have to sort of get around each other now. That's a... It's funny. Achievements unlocked, reroll and skip. Unlocks reroll. Isn't that what we already have? What's reroll? Reroll and skip. Oh, you can reroll your rewards or skip one of them. I think I saw that on Dolphin was playing. Nice.